I will begin by asking, are we aware of the challenges that is before us as a result of activities of mankind on the planet?
Yeah.
Are we really aware of this? Are we aware that these activities are informed and developed by our respective and different actions in our homes, in our offices, and in our respective interactions? Let us also know that our inability to act on this issue will play a vital role in determining the future of our planet. The earlier we act, the better for us. Our failure to act will give us a grievous consequences, and we may end up losing a whole lot of opportunities we have in our current planet. I will tell you, there is no better time to act on these issues than now. Take an example with the Lake Chad region. About 4 decades ago, the Lake Chad was in our backyard. We go out, we fish, we farm, and we come back to our homes. And the lake occupies about 22,000 square kilometers. We're entirely losing it out. We have less than 2,000 square kilometers of the lake. And while the lake was there, it gave opportunities for livelihood to about 22,000 people. And about 3 million people survive on the lake. It is no more there, it is shrinking out. In fact, it has shrunk out. What are we doing and what response are we taking to redefine that? Another very important example is for us to remember that the shrinking of the lake was resulted by our respective actions. The use of fossil fuels, the use of our motor vehicles, the actions of our respective generators in our places of work, in our offices, and the mismanagement in our disposal of wastes. This has played a key role in destroying the climate. As such, this has led to the extinction of a lot of species. It has led to the extinction of plants. It has led to the extinction of our forests. And it is fast consuming mankind. We must, as a matter of importance, redefine the culture of our action regarding how we operate and how we interact with the planet. The earlier we do that, the better for us. I will tell you that as a result of our actions in different parts of the world, it has led to the melting of the glacier in the Arctic region. The Arctic region is, as a result of that, flood is fast occupying and taking over societies. Communities that are built on islands are no more. Extinction of mankind, animals, and the ocean is going. We must be able to respond as quick as we could. Another very important consequences of our action is the irregular pattern of our weather, which is largely resulted by our action on the planet and our action on the environment. This has largely affected the raining and the farming season. People hardly predict what they could be able to harvest after cultivating a land. Decades ago, if a farmer cultivated 3 hectares of land, he would predict that I would harvest 400 pieces of bags from these 3 hectares of land. But as we go on, farmers hardly can predict that they could be able to harvest 40 bags of their harvests. This is as a result of our action on the climate. Again, the high prevalence in killer diseases like the COVID-19. The COVID-19 is largely influenced by our action on the planet, on the climate. In societies where their climate is influenced by a lot of action, their prevalence to COVID-19 and other killer diseases is high. Hurricane, winds, tsunami, soil erosion are always on the increase. If you travel along our roads in Nigeria, you'll observe that the action of the climate change is affecting our roads. An example with people in the Niger Delta region of this tree. They hardly can be able to farm or cultivate their lands as a result of our action on the environment. As a matter of urgency, as people, we really need to review that. We really need to look into that for us to be able to recharge the environment and for us to be able to have a planet that will safeguard the future of our lives and the future of our animals. Similarly, we should be able to restore plants to absorb more of the carbon dioxide we emit. The emission of dioxide has been playing a key role in determining the setting of the atmosphere, and this greatly influences the reaction. It influences the reaction of people and how communities interact. I will tell you that we have a number of opportunities we could leverage on, and as a result of this, we would be able to build back what we have, would bounce back and would have our planet recharged. One of the solutions I will share with you now is our ability to plant trees. Tree planting is so easy that every one of us in the room could be able to. You could be able to walk out of your room and in an hour time you have a tree planted in your community or in your home. Trees absorb about 400 tons of carbon dioxide. These are some of the strengths tree planting affords us as people. So the moment we plant trees in our community, the moment we give opportunity for recharging of our forest, that gives us opportunity for rebuilding back the climate we are losing. We should also understand that tree planting makes our forests to be resilient. Our forest is fast losing. Then are the stories where you see a forest and a vibrant wildlife. But you hardly can see that in our society now. So we should be able to recharge our forest for it to absorb more of the carbon dioxide we emit. And lastly, tree planting enables us to prevent soil erosion in our society. Soil erosion is fast eating our communities, is fast eating our landscape, and is fast eating our environment. The faster we act, the better for us. I will end by telling us that it is important that after leaving this event, we should go back to our communities to at least plant a tree. If you cannot plant a tree in your doorstep, you should plant a tree in your homes. It will be a great opportunity for us to rebuild the planet. Thank you so much.